What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kickback Conversations. This your boy, Brandon Scott, man. Early this year, I started the online dating one-on-one series. As a coach, I just try to give people some best bets, also from my own experiences and people I've known and so forth, to help you out here in these dating streets, if you will. So I just wanted to just drop by and just tell y'all, today's episode is basically online dating 101. And the topic we're talking about is, why do guys keep asking for pictures, right? I've heard that from you all. Talked to some people about it who are just really frustrated. Ladies, y'all are frustrated why guys want 50, 11 pictures from y'all, and you ain't, met the brother yet or what have you, and that kind of thing. So we're going to unpack in this episode just why they actually ask you for some of those pictures. I'm going to tell you even a real life story about your boy and what happened to me and so forth and so on. So hopefully we get right into it and jump into it. So the thing I think that is so interesting about this is that in the online dating world, most people just, our parents, for example, or our grandparents, they've never experienced this. So I've heard this so many times with online dating, and people say oh, well, when I met your daddy, we just met at a little, coffee shop, or we met at the church, or we met at and people just do not have those interactions anymore. Or, a lot of times our grandparents would get married, they were 19, 21 years old, so I met them and I knew they were the one, and we decided we won't get married. Most people that I know, that's not their ministry. If you're in the 20s or 30s or even early 40s, that's not your ministry when it comes to your dating life, So I just want to drop some knowledge. I want y'all to hit up in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button to subscribe to Kickback Conversations. We would love to have you part of our Kickback crew. And definitely join our Patreon as well. It's patreon.com // Kickback Conversations, right? Please support. We have some great things coming up on that. You would not be disappointed. So let's jump on in. So the number one reason I feel like guys send y'all a bunch of pictures, ladies, or ask for a bunch of pictures, is your profile is limited. The number one reason out the box, your profile is limited. Let me unpack that, what that means, right? So when I say your profile is limited, what I mean by that is maybe you only have headshots, right? Maybe you only went to, shout out Olin Mills back in the day, or, got your little professional pictures. It was only a little headshot. Or, you know how back in school, they had a little, picture day, and your mama dressed you up all nice, and you went to picture day, and you was excited, boy. You got a fresh haircut, you got a fresh hairdo, ladies, and you went to picture day, and you got that one little pose. The guy was messing with your chin and stuff, and sit up like this and do that, right? Many of you guys only have headshots on your online dating profile, and that can really, really not let a brother know what's going on. So a lot of y'all thinking oh, he just want to see what my body like, right? He want to see if I got that body, yada, 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 yada. Nah, it might not even be that. It really might just be, he might want to just see, hey, how does she look? Does she look tall? Just kind of a complete picture of you, right? Maybe he like a little, a little curvaceous or something like that. And you're not giving him that, but you're just giving a headshot. And I think that's the thing that you don't want to do. So I think the only headshots is one of the things, under your profile is being limited. It can go really, really wrong. I remember, years ago, back on Black Planet, I think it was called. And I went out with somebody, she only had an only headshot picture, and we went out to eat, and she literally had she was a little person, right? But she had only headshots. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. It just caught me off guard. And I was young. I was probably in college or something like that. But I was like, man, what is going on? Whatever. So if you don't want somebody to be surprised by something, you want to give them as much information early on in that process as possible so they can make an informed decision, right? It's no sweat if they don't want to go out with you or, what have you. Get that out the way. Don't sit through an awkward date because you only want to put headshots, right? All right. So another reason your profile is limited, under my number one topic, is blurry pictures. Some of y'all's pictures be blurry as I don't know what. It like y'all have never taken, and I think this is the key. Some people just don't take a lot of pictures, right? And I know some people are like, what? Who do you know, what's going on? Like, because our society now is so picture based with the gram and with all of these different ways that people take pictures and they want to pose and do this and that. And now we have smartphones, so it's so much easier. You don't have to like be a professional picture taker or go get professional pictures done. A lot of your smartphones can take some really dope pictures, you know, whatever, the filter game, all of that stuff. Like, so when people put up like blurry pictures, what is that guy supposed to think? Like, man, this thing blurry as fuck. I can't even really see her. Like, it looks like she's like hiding behind a mist or something. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, like, you know, definitely think about the picture quality that you have. I've seen people take pictures of pictures and put them online. That's probably not the best thing. Very low quality. He might not really know how you look, right? So you hit him up like, hey, what's up? You know, how you doing? How was your week? You know, I want to get to know you and all that. He like, I don't even know what you look like for real, because you got these blurry pictures up. All right, so that's a number two thing under your profile being limited, right? The next thing is it's just old pics. Like, and I know guys do this too, so I'm not highlighting ladies just on this. I know guys do. I've heard guys do it too. But y'all putting up pictures of you back in the day. You ain't looked like that since 97. You know what I mean? Like, why are we putting up pictures like that don't reflect the new us, right? I know there might have been some life changes, some body changes. Maybe you don't feel like as young as you did or whatever, or maybe you just love that picture of you since 1997, you had to put it up. But that's not a clear reflection of who you are right now. So can we really stop with the little old pics? Like, that's not cute. It's not pimping. It's not, nah, like let it go. It's not good. All right. Next up, while your profile is limited, only one or two of your best pictures you've ever taken. And I have seen this. You got a photo shoot done, or you went to this wedding, your cousin got married, and you was looking fly that day, ladies. You know what I'm saying? You had that nice dress on, you had your makeup done, your hair was looking amazing. You know, you had an amazing curl pattern. I heard y'all talking. I know y'all be saying stuff like that, right? you went to this gala, you had this fly dress on, with, you know, it was shimmering. You know, you was looking like Beyonce for the day. Listen, that's great. But you ain't going to galas and weddings or having photo shoots every day. This brother is trying to see how you look on a day in, day out basis, because he's dating you on a day in and day out basis, right? So you definitely want to like put up, I recommend putting up pictures that, you know, yeah, gala or wedding, and those are all cool. Even photo shoots are cool, but put up some like normal pictures too, just hanging out with friends, or just like normal parts of you, right? You ain't got to put up a picture of you, you know, you about to go to sleep, you know what I mean? But you put up some more normal pictures that, like, you at a festival hanging out with your girls or whatever. You went to brunch. Just put some normal stuff up. You went to church or whatever, like, so that he can get a kind of understanding of like just how you look in a normal day, right? And I think that can be problematic when you only have pictures up that are like the best that you've ever taken in life, right? Every angle, everything was just on that day, right? I mean, that's cool. We'll put up some other ones, like, you know, and that's cool. Like, you know, so I think that's something. So number one, I say your profile may be limited, right? And that's why he may be asking for more additional pictures, because the pictures you put up are not doing a whole bunch for you. And I just feel like we can do better with that, right? So we want to see you. The guys I know, they love watching a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about when guys talk to you and they try to holler at you, right? A lot of times they hollering at you in your little yoga pants, and you got your baseball cap on with your little ponytail out the back or whatever. Like, you chilling, you going to running your errands and stuff like that. Like, you know, he talking to you then, like, show that look, right? Because, you know, so that's my advice on that. So number one, like you said, your profile may be extremely limited. That's why the brother's asking you for more pictures in your online dating experience, right? All right, so the number two overall topic is what they are used to. And this is so important and so key, right? Because I think a lot of times people don't realize, like, most people date and they hold you to a standard based upon what they've been used to, right? So I think in today's day and time, they might have had an ex who sent them a lot of pictures, right? That they was sending pictures all the time, like, oh, me and my girls, or even for me, I've got pictures like from women I've dated in the past, like just like, oh, here's a picture of me with my girls, or it's a picture of might be a little selfie of them looking cute, a little something to make you smile that they handsome, stuff like that. So if that guy is used to that and he's accustomed to that, then if you don't send any pictures, then he might be like, I mean, what's up, So you can see that, where he's coming from in that regard. Now, again, if somebody just first meeting you or they haven't really met you yet, then I understand some level of hesitation as a woman of not wanting to send a whole bunch of pictures and that kind of stuff like that. But it just goes back to like maybe your profile was limited and you just don't have a lot of options, right? You don't have a lot of things. Maybe you're even in some of those pictures you sent or that you have in your profile, you're kind of far away. He can not really see you, get a good grasp for you and that kind of thing. So, but I think number two, like I said, what they are used to is so important because now you have people just sending pictures all the time without him asking. So he probably feels like there's a deficit in y'all's interaction because you don't never send no pictures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, and I think also it not like I said, I'm not choosing sides on this, but I think also what it does is lets a man know that you on his mind. Like when you send a little picture, like, and I'm not saying you're sending like inappropriate pictures. I'm just saying like you send a picture with your girls, like you looking cute and y'all went to brunch, like, hey, handsome, it like lets him know that you're thinking about him. And he's like, okay, look at her. Oh, she's looking good today. Okay, I see you, whatever like that. So that might be how he's taking it. So the other thing is like what he might not be used to or what he is used to is, they've grown used to exchange and not having that feel abnormal, right? So that might be the exchange that he had with his ex or people he dated in the past, and that's not abnormal to him. So he's just trying to figure those things out because he's like, whoa. And it's like with anything, right? So there's something that you normally have. Let's say as a female, you have a guy who will call you before you go to sleep at night, right? And guys you dated or you've been in serious relationships with or whatever, like they've called you before you went to sleep, like just say good night, right? And then you talking to this new dude you met online and he don't do that. He doesn't do that. So you're like, oh, what's going on? Like, does he like me or whatever? So I think people, whether we want to admit it or not, we are used to having those type of exchanges of things that we're just accustomed to. And it's hard to kind of break free from that. So I think that there's an opportunity with that to say, hey, I know you might be used to that, but I don't really take a lot of pictures. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really how I roll or whatever like that, but maybe I'll start taking more or maybe I'll look into that or whatever like that. I think it's a fair exchange to have that happen. And I would ask the question, why? Going back to your profile being, maybe your profile is limited. You don't even realize it is because you talk to one of your homegirls. They were like, yeah, your profile is cool. Or maybe they set your profile up for you and you were like, yeah, this is, my profile is okay. It's cool. And sometimes when people, this is a very important point. Sometimes when people have feedback for you, it's not necessarily a negative thing. Look at it from a vantage point of maybe this could be better, right? So maybe my profile could be better, right? So somebody is saying like your picture is like, I couldn't really see you. Maybe they're saying that it's poor quality. Maybe you took pictures of pictures or you just had some blurry pictures up there that just are not flattering to you in a way that they thought, right? You know what I'm saying? So take feedback from your audience because in online dating, people who are commenting or saying things, they are your audience. They could be crazy too. They could not know what they're talking about. But at the same time, they could be onto something that nobody else who may be closer to you was willing to say or just didn't pay attention to. All right, there we go. All right, number 3 is they have been catfished. And I know y'all thinking like, man, the people still be out here catfishing folks? Yes, they do. Catfishing is alive and well. Like people saw the MTV show with my man and they still was like, nah, I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna sign up for it. So catfishing is still something that still happens. It's still prevalent. And I think what we have to understand too is there's different types of catfishing as I talked about before, like there's catfishing where somebody is literally not the same person, and somebody has like, is misrepresenting their identity. That's one type of catfishing. But then there's another type of catfishing where somebody is not like, they're not being honest about who they are within their identity, right? How they look and those kind of things. And that can be a form of catfishing before. Like I said, of me, like going out with somebody who only saw, had headshots, and she was a little person, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, little people, they want to get online and date and those things as well. I get that. But my thing would be, it would have been helpful to have a heads up. Like, hey, you know what I mean? This is what I am. Even when I've had clients who've had like, physical disabilities, one of the things I tell people is just let people know. It's not your job for them to accept it or not, but let them know so that you don't spring something up on somebody and them not be prepared or don't know how to take it, right? So I think that's a big part of it. But catfishing, let me get up. Like, so pics show, like, let me give you an example. Like your pictures show that you had long black hair, right, ladies? But when they met you, you look like Cisco from Drew Hill with a silver and short cut. You know what I'm saying? My man thought he was going out with Gabrielle Union. He got there and he was like, my life is incomplete. Like, whoa, is Cisco here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I just feel like we have to do a better job of that. So that's why sometimes that man might ask you for a picture, because he's like, bruh, I want to see like what you look like now, right? Not what you look like last year, but like what you currently have right now. And that's something that I see in the people, especially I've known people who are hairdressers, like hairstylists. They change up their hair constantly. Like they get bored with the same thing. So they want to have a different look, a different feel, different vibe. And that's totally appropriate. But kind of let that person know, like, yo, I'm rocking braids now. Yo, I'm rocking a shortcut now. Yo, I'm rocking a highlight weave or a wig or whatever that may look like. Like, just let somebody know. So if that is not represented in your pictures, just let them know. So then if they meet you for the first time and you tap them on the shoulder like, hey, it's me. And then he's like, huh? It's who, right? So I think that's something that definitely why some guys might ask for pictures in that process. Another reason that somebody might catfish is also some ladies hide birthmarks. Believe it or not, I know for sure. I've seen it where people hide birthmarks or certain things and or scars or different things like that. And like, again, I'm not saying anything is wrong with these things, but it's just like sometimes like it feels like they've been misrepresented in the process of getting to know that person. People hide physical disabilities, people hide weight gain, all those things. So a picture really is saying that, yo, I just want to see what I'm working, what you working with. Like, who are you now before I go and get a chance to get to know you. And ladies, what I'm saying to you is this: I feel the same way about guys. That you have the right to say, I want to see more pictures of him, because maybe he's a bigger guy than you thought. Maybe he's shorter than you thought. Maybe it could be a lot of different things, little factors that go into it. This is a process of information gathering on both ends. But what I'm saying is this might be a reason why a guy's asking you for additional pictures, not to just be like annoying or he's trying to be a little inappropriate or whatever like that. He might be asking because he has had some real life situations that went left when he met up with that person. And let me say this about online dating. As somebody who's done it before too, and coach people who've done a lot of online dating as well, I think with online dating, the most frustrating thing, and I always tell people the biggest thing that you have is your time. Nobody really likes their time wasted. Like, maybe like some people do, but most people don't like their time wasted, right? So if I'm gonna get dressed, right? I'm gonna get dressed, clean up, all the kind of stuff, and shave, or you got your hair cut, you got your nails done, ladies, and all that kind of stuff that you're doing, and you meet up with somebody, right? And you're meeting them for the first time. And sometimes, like, if you're a busy professional person, like, you making the time to date can be like, maybe like you prefer to date on this date, but they're like, I can't do that date because I'm out of town or whatever. So you might have moved something around to accommodate going out with this person. So when you go out on that first date and it's like, these are things I should have known. Like, this person could have been much more forthright in telling me before I went out with them. I think that is something that is frustrating with online dating, right? If somebody goes out and it's just like, it's not like, I was talking to a friend a while back, and he was saying he went out with the young lady and she was pretty. She looked like her pictures and everything like that, but they just didn't have a lot in common. Like, the conversation was really flat and he was trying to carry the conversation, but he was doing his best, but it was hard to carry it because she just did not have a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that's just like, chalking up to the game. Like, that's part of like the online dating process. Hey, this person might not have a lot to talk about. Hey, this is what it is. But the physical part is like, that makes it almost uncomfortable when somebody didn't tell me something or didn't share this with me that they could have readily said to me. Like, I don't mind if a woman who, if she's a plus size woman, she's like, look, I'm a big girl, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't mind her saying that because at least she's telling me the truth. She's giving me the expectation before we go out. Hey, this is what it is. I ain't one of them skinny chicks now. I ain't one of them skinny ones. Like, I've heard that before, right? Like, hey, that's what it is, So I think that's something that you make that decision or whatever to go out with that person and say, look, okay, cool, I'm good with that. A brother might be like, yeah, I like a little something on the bones. You feel me? So I think that's something that we definitely have to think about when it comes to that. Again, and the last thing I said is they might have been catfished before, had a catfish experience that did not go well. So maybe they're asking for additional pictures just to figure out what's going on. So in conclusion, my biggest advice to y'all, right, in the online dating world, to prevent these guys from asking for all these pictures, from 50-11 pictures, how about to say, look, how about we do a FaceTime, a video chat, and we can just talk. I recommend it highly. Before you go out with somebody, just do a little FaceTime, video chat. I mean, they got all these different apps that you can use for you all to engage in that way. Also, I think, for ladies, I think it's a safety thing too. Just make sure that you're talking to the right person, that you have like a good feeling about that person, that you can tell a little bit more about somebody's vibe when you're talking to them in a FaceTime than you can just talking on the phone. You know what I mean? Just kind of the vibe you kind of feel from them, and then you feel a little bit more comfortable when you do go out, right? So I think that's a key takeaway for me that I think will help with this. Also, just ask questions, man. I think we don't ask enough questions in the process of getting to know somebody in online dating. Sometimes the question that you ask will say, you know what, I don't think this is a good fit. And it doesn't mean this person's a bad person. That is not a good fit for you, right? So there are a lot of different things that you can ask, and we'll get into that in later pods about just some of the questions and things of that nature that you can ask as you're dating somebody and you're in that process, or as you're getting to know somebody. But ask some questions like that will help you understand like if this person is who they are, who they say they are, and that kind of stuff like that. And to be honest, like, one of the questions can be like, so do you not take a lot of pictures, or why not, right? And they might have a valid reason, like, hey, you know what, I just don't. Like, I've never been, I'm kind of a shy personality, right? So I don't take a lot of pictures, not really my thing. I'm kind of camera shy, that kind of stuff. I've seen some gorgeous women who are camera shy. Like, it doesn't mean anything's wrong with them, anything's going on or nothing like that. They're just not really into taking a lot of pictures. Like, that's not who they are. So I think that's something that we have to consider as guys too, right? To ask those questions and get that relevant information and see kind of where her head is with that, right? Or maybe she had a bad experience with a picture and somebody, like, she sent a picture of the guy and then he was like, it's a number of things that could have happened. So I think we want to ask questions. And also lastly, like, and then like, and you might not feel like you're always like you want to like date somebody right now. Like, you might say, hey, I don't want to see you in the picture because I'm not really interested in dating that person, right? So I think that might be another helpful thing that we can, can understand more fully and in the whole online dating thing. So I don't know. I think you have to understand like what's the right way to do it. What's your standard in dating in any online space? I know for a lot of people, it's very uncomfortable even putting their pictures online. Putting those things in their profile, like what pictures to put up, right? Right. That's one thing I do. I try to help people what pictures to put up because like that can be very daunting, and you'll be surprised. I had somebody I work with, and they were not getting any hits like that. This lady, she was a great woman, was not getting any hits like that. And I looked at her profile and I was like, whoa, I know the reason. Her profile did not speak to the woman that she was, right? So pictures can say 1,000 words, right? They can really like kind of like let people into your personality, to how you think, to what you're passionate about, to your style, to what's important to you, like to like, what's your average week like, all of those different things. It can answer a lot of questions with the right type of pictures, putting those things up online as you're getting to know someone, as you're, going through this online dating process. And I think that's very, very helpful. So y'all, that's my 2 cents. Hopefully that helped. Ladies understand why men are asking you for 50-11 pictures online dating on whatever site that you're using, whatever. Like, I think that hopefully that gives a better grasp of maybe some of the thinking behind it. But my hope is that this helps you in your journey. This helps you in your experience, that y'all go out here and y'all just online date to the best. I know it's tough in these streets, and that the online space can be a tough place to navigate. So I'm really hopeful that you got this information helps you in some kind of way, and that it will help you as you are understanding the space in a more in a different way, right? So again, this has been Kickback Conversations. We are going to do this online dating one-on-one series every now and again. I'm going to pop up with one because I feel like last season you guys asked for a lot more online dating tips, and I feel like I want to give them to you because I know it's hard, right? It's hard to navigate the site when you have so many people hitting you up or not hitting you up, or just like how to do this, how to do that, how to respond, like, how to filter, all these different questions that we have with online dating. Hopefully I can give you some information that will get you a better experience and get you a bae. You know what I'm saying? Get you a bae for this year, right? Get you all hooked up and linked up and feeling good about it. So that's it. I appreciate y'all supporting the podcast. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Kickback Conversations. We out. Peace.